What's cracking, big dogs? We just heard the brand new, spanking hot off the press news. OBJ is officially traded. I apologize for the lag and my delay in my voice right now, but we just need to hear the fire from Snacks. OBJ is officially no longer a New York Giant. He's been traded to the Cleveland Browns in exchange for a first round pick, which is 17th overall, a third round pick, which is 95th overall, and Jabril, hometown New Jersey kid, peppers, steak and peppers. Snacks. Listen, people are tweeting at me. They're like, is this kid alive? Is Snacks going to kill himself? You seem a little bit more chipper than I'd imagine. You wanted OBJ out.
I did. So I'm actually ecstatic. I was just telling you, like 1,700 text messages. I see all the tweets, people. I see them. I'm very well and good. I'm drinking. Like, I'm happy. Life's good. Listen.
That sounds like fake enthusiasm.
No, it's not, Nick. It's really not.
Okay.
Think about it.
That was the worst fucking move by a GM I've ever seen. You guys just signed into a 5-year, $90 million contract, $20 million in fucking signing bonus.
Listen. You see this? I touch this before I leave my room every day. I touch it, okay? Every single day, I touch it. We still have pretty good wide receiver, too, okay? Sterling Shepard. Listen.
Sterling Shepard's going to get the job done.
He'll be fine. What are you going to get for a star wide receiver? You get a starting safety, you get a first-round pick and a third-round pick. Antonio Brown just got a third and a fifth. Okay?
Because he needed... Because he needed...
I get it. Where there was smoke, there was fire. Clearly, this team is in complete rebuild mode. So what do? You tear it down.
But it's not like OBJ is old. OBJ is he's the cornerstone of that franchise right now.
No, Saquon is.
Put him. Yeah, true. Whatever. It doesn't move the needle. You need OBJ on the fucking side. If they bring in Haskins, that kills his development.
Why does it kill it?
Because he needs playmakers like him to fucking boost his confidence, to have guys that are there when he can't make the throws, to have guys that he trusts to make plays for him.
Well, I think he has 3 playmakers on the team, on the field.
He has 1, and 2 of them are questionable, if you're going to say fucking Ingram and Shepard.
Okay, maybe they're not playmakers, all-world talent like OBJ, and I agree with that. He would have helped develop whatever quarterback comes in here. He would help their development twice as much. However, this team literally, and I shit you not, has 14 holes on their team.
Yeah.
So, in a defensive field draft, why not get 2 more picks, especially a first-round pick if you're going to use number 6 or have to trade up to get your quarterback, which is far and away more important than a wide receiver.
Okay.
Listen, I get it. It's crazy. He's literally a generational talent. He's probably, in my opinion, he is the best wide receiver in football. So it's not.
Can't argue it.
It's not an easy thing to say.
In his prime, it just makes. I don't know. Like I think, I don't know. It baffles my mind just the amount of horrible decisions that Dave Gettleman has made over the last couple of years. I mean, the last the time he's
2
been.
days.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I couldn't agree more. He's been an atrocious GM. He's living in the era of 1990 where he just wants to run the football 400 times a game.
What are your expectations for the Giants 2019?
3 wins. Maybe 4.
God damn it. I honestly thought you were going to say Super Bowl or bust.
Come on.
No, I just thought you were going to be dick. All right, let's talk fantasy, though. Let's talk fantasy. This moves... anyways, y'all see my shirt? I thought it was fucking fitting.
Y'all see mine?
What the fuck is that? Not even a thing.
This is a sweater I wore to work today when everything was calm.
When everything was calm, there's going to be a lot of red wine spilled on that tonight. All right.
You ain't.
All right. OBJ moves over to Cleveland. This Cleveland offense is fucking rocking now, right? So they got OBJ, they got Jarvis, they got David Njoku, they got Nick Chubb, and most importantly, Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield graded out 8th overall per PFF as the 8th best quarterback in the league last year, set the rookie record for most touchdown passes. Now, he was someone like, as of right now, I had him probably ranked quarterback 12 to 15, only because we didn't see them actually add weapons to the team. I am as sold on Baker as a talent as I am on any quarterback in the league right now. So them getting OBJ puts him in... Okay, so I'm going to name some names for you. Baker or Drew Brees?
Baker.
Yeah, 100%. Baker or Russell Wilson?
Baker.
I'm going to take Baker, too, because the volume is there. Yeah, there are not a lot of...
And the Seattle's a running team.
Yeah, there's not a lot of guys that I would take over Baker Mayfield. I think the list goes Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Luck, Aaron Rodgers, Who's after that? I'm probably missing a couple top quarterbacks now.
Am I crazy if I'm taking? I'm very close to taking Baker over. No, I was gonna say Luck, but
No, I think that line is only going to get better, and I think they're going to keep adding pieces.
It is gonna get better, but I saw Luck was what the last 4 games he wasn't.
Yeah, they do want to get that run.
They really had a philosophy. They were running that football.
They want to get the ground game. Yeah, you're right. They want to get the ground game going. I would still take Luck, but I don't think. But it's not a far off like a crazy question for you to ask.
No, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No. Okay. So Baker is up there in a top 5 quarterback discussion for sure. Absolutely. OBJ, what does this do for you? So the question I was more concerned about his health. I thought as long as he was on the field, he was going to produce. Now I think his ceiling
is the roof.
His ceiling is the roof. I set you up for that so beautifully every time.
I love it. You do it every time.
And it's unbeknownst to me. Like I do it completely on accident too. It's amazing. Yeah. Okay, so OBJ was like arguably, could have been the wide receiver 1 if he was healthy. Now his ceiling, without it being the roof, is through the roof. At like, I like where are you drafting him now? Because I had him probably at like wide receiver 8 if he was going to be in New York still.
This changes everything.
It does.
He goes so far up that wide receiver ranking board.
I'm trying to think. We have
Hopkins.
Hopkins, I would take over him. Dude, I think
Mike Thomas over him anymore.
No way. I would put OBJ probably back in. I'm unbelievably high on Juju. Juju's my 5. I would put OBJ over him at 5. I have Hopkins, Devontae Adams, Julio Jones, and Tyreek Hill at 4.
Bro, I take OBJ over Julio and Hill right now.
You would take him over Julio?
I think he's 3. I would put Hopkins, Adams, and I almost think you can argue
him over Adams.
Him over Adams.
I think you can argue it too. I probably will be a little bit more risk averse just because I just think that the injury risk is a very real thing for Odell. We've seen him miss a lot of time.
And that's I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Out of all the texts and everything I'm receiving, they're like, how could you possibly like it? I'm like, listen, the compensation may not, it may not warrant the guy. Fine. I can understand that argument. But we're also talking about a guy literally every single year of his career has missed 4+ games but 1 year. I mean, that injury history is there. They're not fluke injuries. They're not a pulled hamstring for 2 weeks. He cracked his ankle. He cracked his leg.
Yeah, they're real shit. So I'm a little. That's why I don't think I would take Odell over Julio just for the fact that Julio's gone 1,400 yards like 19 straight years. So it's like
you know exactly what you're gonna get.
Yeah, the upside is there, but I'd probably rather play it safe because at the end of the day, like the elite running backs are the ones that really win you your fantasy leagues. I mean, obviously the top wide receivers do it too, but like I'd rather be a little less risky with the wide receivers. So for Jarvis Landry, this like really makes him unattractive because last year he was the only fucking. I was writing down some stats right before we got on. He had 81 catches. He was the only player with over 80 catches that went under 1,000 yards. Last year, he set the record for the most receptions. I think he had 112 receptions, led the NFL, and still went under 1,000 yards. So with OBJ there, like if Jarvis couldn't get it done last year as like the clear-cut number 1 with no one else there, Jarvis Landry is like he's a wide receiver 3 that you don't even want to take, pretty much.
He's going to be playing flex spots for guys on bye. There's nothing that intrigues me about Jarvis Landry at all.
So don't get cute there.
Good possession receiver. He's nice to have on your team. He's definitely going to complement Beckham well, but for fantasy value purposes, doesn't do it for me.
That's what I was going to say.
There's nothing there.
Much better real life. Like this, he's going to make the team very smooth on offense, but definitely not someone I want in fantasy.
Right.
This becomes interesting for Njoku because Njoku was like a possible third-year breakout candidate, and he was someone that like if you missed on the first like 4 or 5 guys, you could still be like pretty happy about having Njoku as in your lineup as opposed to like Jared Cook or some shit. With this, for me, it definitely doesn't help. If anything, it makes it probably a little more volatile. Like I say that we'll have more like weeks where he hits his floor rather than hitting like a 4 for 60 week or a 4 for 50 week, which is like shitty but still okay in your lineup. So like Njoku, this hurts his value for you.
Absolutely hurts it. I actually thought of him before I thought of Jarvis, which is kind of sad because I mean Jarvis is pretty big name, and I thought of Njoku because I did think he was going to take that next step this year with Baker.
Yeah.
Now it's like I brought him down a little bit, and the tight end position is not strong, so you will feel okay putting him in there,
Yeah.
but you know you're not getting the home run every week and
But
the consistency that you probably want.
yeah, but on the inverse, what it does is probably flip Njoku and Ingram in the rankings. Now you could be a lot more confident in Ingram because he could be similar to like what Jared Cook was in Oakland last year. He was like one of the only field stretchers, one of the only weapons on that team. So Ingram becomes interesting and probably, I mean, he'll vault Njoku at, I think I had him at tight end 8 and Njoku as 7 possibly. So he'll go up there, and then it becomes a battle between Ebron and Ingram, and I'll probably take Ingram over Ebron on draft day.
I'm taking Ingram too. I don't have the stats in front of me because this is like impromptu. I just came on, just downloaded Skype and came on.
Commitment, baby.
That's it. Look at Ingram's stats without OBJ. I'm fairly certain that they're pretty damn good.
He had a monster stretch down the year, down the last 4 games of the year last year. I think it was the last 4 or 5 games. He was like 5 for 75 at minimum in every game, and he was going off. I was like, yeah, there's some real chemistry there. So like, if OBJ is gone, who else does Eli trust in that offense? And come to the point, like Sterling Shepard. Now, do you take a guy like Sterling Shepard over Jarvis Landry?
Oh yeah, I do.
You like Shep?
I think Shepard's a great football player. I mean, overall, I think he's great.
Shepard,
so I definitely am taking him over him, but
Shepard, he's someone that can get it done just based off volume. And Shepard's kind of like a guy like I was saying yesterday. He kind of reminds me of Juju because he's not like really small, but he could play inside, he could play outside, and he's also in a sense like Calvin Ridley, how they were both old prospects coming into the league, so they were a lot more refined than the younger prospects. Like, oh, they have a lot more upside, but he's a crispy route runner. So he's someone that Eli will be able to lean on. What does this mean for Saquon? Like, I think it hurts his efficiency, but his volume's got to be all the way up.
His volume's going to be ridiculous.
Absurd.
He might not be playing football after like year 5 because of how many touches he's going to have.
Do you think he breaks Christian McCaffrey's receiving record from this year?
I don't think there's a doubt.
Really?
I mean, like, first of all, dump off Eli is well in effect now. Just imagine without Odell, like, it's going to be twice as much.
Yeah.
Saquon doesn't change for me. He's still 101 for me. Like, I'm not taking him off there. He was still awesome when OBJ missed the last 5, 6, whatever games he missed this year. So I'm not concerned.
Try to stop moving around a bit. You look like the fucking Joker in Batman, like when he's like fucking riding through the city. Yeah, you're about to give me an asthma attack.
Bro, do you know what just fucking happened to me? I'm sorry.
I know. You're traumatized right now.
I'm trying.
This is wild, bro. Holy shit.
This is wild. This is Is this the biggest trade in NFL history?
Very well might be.
Think about it.
Trading has just become like a popular thing. I feel like very recently.
Insane. The Giants made 2 huge trades in like 3 days.
Yeah. So, what else do we have from this trade? Anything fantasy relevant?
Nick Chubb.
I don't think this really impacts him at all, to be honest.
I don't either. I like the fact that offense is going to be so spread, so wide open.
Like that, yeah. Chubb still remains like in my top 10, or easily there.
For Chubb. Yeah, I'm keeping him for like the 11th round pick, so I'm ecstatic. I love it.
Okay, so quick recap: we have the stock market. We have Eli. Eli was not even in mention. I'm sorry. Sterling Shepard up, Evan Ingram up, Saquon Barkley was at the top and he's not getting off the top. OBJ up, Jarvis Landry down, David Njoku down. Obviously, this kills a guy like Antonio Callaway. Nick Chubb neutral, still very good. Baker Mayfield, whoop, whoop. Whoop! The pants are tight, as Crazy Wade would like to say.
Yeah, all over Baker. I can't believe it.
Yep.
Just, you know what? Outside of like this, the Browns, man, they're legit. This is crazy,
dude. I imagine how you got to be so pumped as a fucking Browns fan.
Good for them.
Yeah, they honestly earned it after fucking 42 straight busts in the first round.
Now, I should deserve something too, right? As a Giants fan, it's been pretty tough.
You know what? Listen, like I said, Eli would never have those rings without OBJ.
You know, I'm gonna refrain from even answering anything to that because you make no sense ever.
All I do is make sense. All I do is make big facts. It's the only thing that hatches out of me. All right, that's going to wrap up the quick improv video. We just wanted to be breaking, first on the YouTube scene, let you know what's going down. So if you have any questions, I want to know where you guys have OBJ ranked in your rankings after this trade and why. So drop a comment down below where you got OBJ, who's moving up and down the stock market. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're covering everything 2019 fantasy football. 7 hours of commercial-free football. We ain't gonna hear that shit for like 6 months. Football. All right.
Well, I had a lot of fun. Thank you for letting me do this, Nick. And wow, this is crazy.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
make sure you go follow us on Twitter. Bye.